I used to pay $500 a month for ArcAds until I found this one tool. So in this video, I want to talk about why I stopped paying for ArcAds. So for those of you who've been in the game of AI generated content for a while, you've definitely heard or stumbled upon ArcAds. They're absolute OGs in the space. They certainly know what they're doing. And as you can already tell straight from the website, the output quality of their content is top notch. So they use all the industry standard video models. They have some really competitive workflows, a lot of great features. So definitely top of the line in terms of tooling and also in terms of outputs. Going to be completely honest, it's a really, really high quality tool. But that didn't keep me using ARCAT. So that is the big problem that I'm going to address today, which is their pricing model. So for your money, you're not actually getting that much value. So I used to pay around $500, which is, well, it was technically 500 euros a month. Which probably end up being around $600 or so. But that actually didn't give me that many video generations. So I ended up paying an average of around 8 to 12 bucks per video. And that doesn't include, all of the failed generations or just lower quality generations or mismatched. When you generate AI UGC and there's this 1 or 2 second frame that really destroys your entire clip, that was not calculated in that math. So it's definitely super expensive and something that I want to show you today. Again, actually, like their output is, you can't really complain about it, but you definitely need a lot of trial and error to get these kinds of results. But yeah, anyways, the tool that I actually want to talk about today is called VidGuy. So on VidGuy, you can actually get started for free. There's a free trial, so you can just register and get started right away. The pricing is very transparent, so we put a lot of emphasis on that. It's not about first getting users to register and then having a paywall later, just like Arcads does. But actually being transparent, very upfront about the pricing model. So you can just create an account, get started for free, try out a couple of stuff, and then decide if you want to stay subscribed or not. With that being said, let's head over to the dashboard. And here you can already see my VidGuy is working and today's pack was waiting for me. So this is actually one of the core features that we have, which is our content snacks. So depending on your brand, which you can dial in as soon as you register, we actually generate free content for you on a daily basis. So every day you log in, you have a couple of content snacks. So there's no more excuses for not posting content. That is the most important part for us. We want to make sure that everyone who uses VidGuy has content ready at their disposal to be posted. And we also made it super smooth to post because we do have all of the major platforms integrated. So on social tab, you can just come in here, you'll see the kind of brand that this is just like stuff that I made up, but you can input all of your brand information, you can connect all of your social media profiles, and what we actually about to launch next week is we also warm up and create accounts for you. So if you don't have accounts or if you want to scale, you can just come to VidGuy and put in a request for additional accounts, and we will hook you up with TikTok and Instagram accounts to begin with, and they're US based. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And you can just put in a request. We will unlock the accounts for you, and you can scale that way with your content distribution. We then have a quick create section. So this probably looks familiar if you've used Arcas before. It's not like super different, or if you have used Higgsfield or whatever. However, we do put a lot of emphasis on simplicity. So everything is super easy to use. You can either come in here and recreate some of these clips that we have down here, or you could go ahead and kind of start from scratch just by selecting a avatar and selecting the format that you want. We do have a library of avatars, so that you can definitely choose one of the existing characters, or you can generate your own or upload images that you've generated elsewhere, things like that. And then we also have all of these different formats. So anything from just standard UGC to brain rot, B-roll clips, or even a demo video. So these are performing super well for a lot of our clients. So definitely to be recommended. But not only that, we also cover animations. So everyone has seen the fruit drama or anime romance clips by now. You can create these pretty easily just within VidGuy. So for example, if you wanted to create a food drama, I could type something like, actually, I think what would make the most sense is just keeping it super simple. So saying something along the lines of create a drama story about a couple facing some minor issues. And our agent goes ahead and then in the back end creates context, creates a story, so on and so forth. So you actually end up with a great storyline with 5 different scenes. So you don't have to use Claude Opus or any other like LLMs to generate a crazy storyline for you. You can keep it super simple and get the desired output. We also do a lot of statics. So if you want to do carousels or slides, you can do that in here. Again, we have a lot of templates that you can just choose from if you want to replicate certain stuff. And we do, of course, edit and have like a lot of caption templates and things like that in place. And of course, the thing that no one can skip out on is our Cdance Studio. So here we have, once again, a lot of templates that you can choose from. This is purely powered by Cdance 2.0. You can recreate any of these videos that you see on here. You can just change up the reference image or the character, the avatar, or any of the items that you'd want to showcase. But we also do, a lot of product commercials, things like that, or cinematic shots. So this is really where you can pretty much do whatever you want. And we've made it especially simple by including our VidGuy companion. So you could actually talk to actually I have to start a new chat, but you could talk to our VidGuy companion and tell him to create a Cdance 2.0 specific prompt for you. So let's say if you wanted to make actually, let's just use a whisper flow. I want to create a 15-second video with Cdance about a cooking show. Can you write a cool and optimized script for me? You can just go ahead, paste that in here, and our agent will do the rest. So this is super convenient, especially if you're in a rush, if you're not super used to prompting with Cdance 2.0 and things like that. I think this comes in really handy. Of course, our agent will ask you a couple of questions, and technically what we could do is just let him decide. So you could just click all of these boxes like decide for me, and then he will come up with a full prompt and then even paste it in here for you. And then, of course, the same principle also kind of applies to our workflow studio. So in here, I know this looks super complicated and I don't know how no one else has thought of this yet, but what we've done is simply included our VidGuy companion. I just told him to create a multi-scene clip lasting 60 seconds of my cat playing with different toys and then eating food. And this is the workflow that our companion came up with. I could just run this, it will populate all the images, all the videos and so on, and I could just cue that and loop it on autopilot and actually generate pretty much unlimited amount of content. So especially useful if you're looking to really scale your content distribution. I think, yeah, this is really where these tools come in super handy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you want to give VidGuy a shot, I'll drop the link in the description box below. If you have any questions about AI UGC, or if you're a brand trying to scale your brand or content distribution through TikTok and Instagram, make sure to drop a comment or just reach out to us. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.